It was my final year in accounting, and I had to do a work experience placement. The owner of the firm was an old guy. His name was Colin. And I used to perform magic because I do magic. I'm a magician. Every day after work, I would do magic for the accountants. And then one day, Colin, the partner, he comes out and he says, Vinh, in 6 months' time, 2 things will happen. I'm going to fire you or you'll quit. And I asked him, why? I'm not bad as an accountant. Why wouldn't you give me this full-time position? And he said to me, Vinh, this is not the career for you. And I remember he showed me his hands. He pulled out his hands and he showed me and he said, and his hands were slightly bent. And he said, Vinh, I have arthritis. I love piano. I love playing piano. But I gave up piano when I was about 29 to build this accounting firm. And Vinh, now I have every materialistic thing you could think of. I have a beautiful home on the beach. I have a nice Mercedes. I have a beautiful watch collection. But none of that means anything. Because if I could trade you, I'd trade you everything that I own for your youth to do my time again. Because for the last 35 years of my life, I've never been able to do the thing I love because I've built this. And now with the arthritis, I can never do it again. So he shared with me a wonderful lesson that life isn't just about making money. Life isn't just about doing what everybody else says you should do. Life is about doing what you need to do. Life is about amplifying your gifts and talents. And what's crazy is I remember telling him, can you come home and talk to my mum and dad? Because they're going to be pissed off. I don't normally share this story, but it was through that conversation with my parents that my mum and dad knew that they were blinded by love. They loved me so much, and because they've been through a war, because they've been through so much danger, that they valued security over happiness, that they valued certainty over adventure. And that's when my parents began to support me, to change their way of thinking, that I'm not here to have you live a life that is mundane and boring. That mum and dad, and they said this to me, they said, mum and dad we risked our lives so you could have an adventure in this life, so you could be happy. Not so you could do something that is monotonous that you weren't born to do. And I tell you the backstory of this because it wasn't simple as a simple moment that made me discover that I didn't want to do the 9 to 5. It was the gradual process of my journey in life that made me realize it's not about 9 to 5, it's not about entrepreneurship, it's just about you doing what you were born to do. I think it's too easy in our life to be channeled in one box and then think we all have to follow this one path. There's only one way to say. There's no, look here, right? We've got 15 people. There's 15 different ways for you to succeed. And the way that I share is just my way. I'm not saying this is your way. I'm saying that you should have the freedom to find your way. I see so many sad adults, people who in their 30s, 40s, 50s, who don't love their life. And when they don't love their life, you're not the best husband to your wife, you're not the best wife to your husband when you come home, you're not the best dad, you're not the best mum. 9 to 5 wasn't right for me, but it might be right for you. But just know that I encourage all of you to find what's right for you and to go on that journey and allow yourself to explore.